shit, I need to go on. Oh, I'm hungry though. Oh shit, I'm already live. Oh I am so happy I never done nothing seedy then, you know, honestly. This is honest God's truth. Like, on my life, I did not know I was live then. I am so sorry. And I'm so sorry in case, like, people just thought that was a weird start to the stream. Before I talk more and whatever have you, there's going to be a minute of silence or applause for Pele. By the way, rest in peace to... Do you know what? Yeah, like, I think it sounds called Pele the GOAT. I really, really do. And I don't know, like... I said that actually before he passed away. It's not just because he's passed away and, you know, your emotions get the best of you. Genuinely, I believe he has a case for the GOAT based on the fact that he done everything first. 3 World Cups, 17 years of age when he won the World Cup. Genuinely unbelievable player. And, yeah, mate, unbelievable. Mad the way that it's gone down the way it has. I know he weren't well. It was a shame that it was kind of like a dragged out thing because I believe he was in hospital for the duration. You kind of wish that people go peacefully. But now he's in a better place, at least in my beliefs. And I believe he's in good hands. And Jurgen Klopp said it best. The team that he's playing for now have got themselves one hell of a player. So I think we've got kick-off. I'm not too sure, though. Well, shout out to Pele. What a legend. I think so now we're doing the minute applause, I think. Join in at home, why don't you? Come on. Also, David Johnson as well. What a legend. Both of them. Pair of legends. Left a stamp on Liverpool and left a stamp on football. No doubt. Absolutely beautiful. What a scene. What a scene. These are the players that deserve to be celebrated. Absolutely deserve to be celebrated. Also, shout out to Diego, who decided to be so gracious again to put this on the screen. The lineups, Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, etc. David Johnson, man. Billy. The backyard merchant. Condolences to his family as well, of course. But anyway, shout out to everyone who's in the stream. Paul Bain, Samira Dad, Amina, Techers Dave, who says, yes, Hammers, mate, good to see you. Good to see you as well, Techers Dave. I always see you commenting in the YouTube videos and stuff like that, so I really appreciate it. And we are about to kick off, so I need to be prepared. It was actually Leicester who won the coin flip, so they're going to be getting kick off. It's now going to be underway any moment, I believe. And start. Oh, we're flying. So if you do want to sync up, the timer is in the top corner. We're now underway. It's Liverpool versus Leicester, a must win. Oh, and I also have to address the elephant in the room. James, why aren't you at the game? In the short term, next couple of weeks, months, I have to make sure that I'm staying on top of my YouTube and making sure the channel's growing, as it's now my full-time job. By the way, this isn't me saying I'm never going to go the game again. I will keep going the games. I'll start going the games again in a few months, but in the short term, next month or two, I'm going to probably avoid going to the game purely for financial reasons, supporting more at home, bills going up, etc. And again, just trying to be a bit more smarter financially, and I know that doing these watch-alongs will be smarter for that. But I do love going the games, which is why I'm only making it a short-term plan. But it's a good alternative because I like talking to people. This is a great passage of play. Trent kind of rushed the cross, not going to lie to you. I wish that he was a little bit more patient in that scenario. That would have been ideal because the ball was played really nicely. Quick passes, which is something you don't tend to see with Liverpool nowadays. But nice turn. Salah should have done better there. But he had a few players around him. It was a difficult exchange and Leicester have now got the ball. Let me make sure. Where's my phone? I don't know where my phone is. because I want to make sure that the battery's off. The Wi-Fi is off on it, because I have got, as you all know, bum Wi-Fi. So to make sure that you can hear me, see me, and stuff like that, I'm going to make sure that those two things are turned off there. But do let me know if you can hear me okay, etc. Nunes to score today, don't dispute it. Do not dispute that possibility. Nunes is a goal scorer, mate, which is what you want from a number 9. Jamie Carragher made a good point, like, if Nunes scores 15% more of his chances, he can be what Salah was type thing. Maybe not as good, but the volume, you never know. He got the volume in Portugal. If you can translate it to this team, then maybe. But that remains to be seen. Throw into Leicester City now. I'm intrigued to see how Leicester City start in terms of the intensity, because they've been sitting back a lot more in previous games, which I suppose makes it a more difficult game for us, because we would thrive more off a high line, an attack that we can run in behind. Shout out to Cody Gakpo, my left winger. Guys, what do we think of the Cody Gakpo signing? W or an L? Let me know in the chat, because I've heard mixed opinions. I think for 37 million bags, don't mind if I diddly do, but Leicester are on the attack. And it's gone out for a corner. No, goal kick. W or an L on Gakpo, chat. That's a big W for me. 37 million. Most goal contributions in Europe. Not always down to stats, but I think for that low price, like if we signed Nunes for 37 million, I would have said that was a good deal, because it's low risk. 37 million isn't that much nowadays. For Liverpool, it is a bit. Oh, Harvey Elliott, that kind of was like a cross shot, weird thing. Went over the bar, but a very good chance. I've liked the start of the game. I think it's been decent intensity. I think the players are looking a bit more cohesive. I think there's a little bit of I don't know, an enhancement. You know, when Coutinho left and Van Dijk came in, it kind of, we're only 3.5 minutes into the game, by the way, but it kind of has that vibe to it. You know, good vibes. Big transfers just came in. Hopefully more exciting transfers to come in. That's always exciting, but that was terrible defending. And oh my goodness, he's through on goal. If he doesn't score, that would be mad. And that midfield and that defence should be absolutely fuming with themselves. They should look at themselves in the mirror tonight and be in absolute disgust based on what they've just done right there. Oh, Liverpool! Why do we do this? Oh, I am fuming. I've been able to get better at managing the outrage and Hendo Nino, you just got done in. You just got done in like a brass in Berlin. Oh my goodness gracious, that was something. That was something. That, chat, was something. And I've said this about Leicester. They're a team that like to, for some reason, whenever they play Liverpool, they just like to finger us. Lack of a better term, maybe a bit too forward. That's the way I see it. At least Jurgen Klopp isn't smiling. And we're back underway. Let me change the score, because I know that's got to be a professional YouTube thing where you change the score and all that bullshit. Oh, Liverpool. Little bit more precision. Oh, for fuck's sake. I knew when Ndidi and Samore, or whatever his faces, was starting, that was going to be an issue. They've basically got 6 people at the back. And then they've got all these explosive forwards. The through on goal again. Nearly through on goal again. Alisson's able to recover it. The pass was a little bit too heavy. But Liverpool, chat, are certainly struggling. Sips in depression. Like, panically. Oh my goodness. We've got a cross. This is our bread and butter. Oh, Salah, you've got to do better, mate. This is the one thing. I've hated Salah's performances recently, because if he's not scoring or assisting, people will say he's always done this. Not true. Not true. Usually he'll contribute in another way. Like, you know, people will say causing havoc. Or he'll actually take players on. But he ain't been doing that recently. Oxlade-Chamberlain plays it into Harvey. Back into the box from Harvey. Oh, but it's Thiago! Alcantara! Oh, the goal. Danny Ward got it. Danny Ward, former Liverpool goalkeeper. He loves sheep because he's Welsh. That's the joke. No offence to any Welsh people who are watching the stream. It was an easy joke. People take the piss out of me for being Scouse. So, even though I think that's the best breed of person to be on the planet Earth, but just my opinion, and understand if you disagree. Nick says, great vibes. Very good vibes, mate. Very good vibes, Nick. It's good vibes because I'm very happy to be here with you guys doing content. It's the one chance where I get to do live content and interact with the stream. But it's just dead sad because we keep losing games of football, which is really frustrating. And you guys know, James is at his peak content creation when we are winning games of football. When we're losing, I don't know what to do with myself. And it turns out my Wi-Fi doesn't know what to do with itself because it's saying it's crap. Solomon, shout out to you. But take this, brother. Take this, Solomon. Hey, Solomon, you see this? Take that, Solomon. We've got a nice little cross, though. I feel like the telly's going to be too loud, so I might have actually been demonetized. But I mean, not on YouTube. I'm just watching. I'm watching something that shouldn't be copyrighted. Anyway, well done, Robertson. Was the Anfield pitch too wet for you? Nah, I reiterated it. I mentioned it at the start of the stream. In the short term, I'm not going to be going to the Anfield games like next couple of weeks. Purely on financial reasons. This is now my full-time job as well, and YouTube is kind of going well at the moment. You guys know I've had my problem with inconsistency in the past. I think a good way to get the channel growing in the short term will be watch-alongs, staying consistent, posting daily. Plus, I'm really in it at the moment. But in about 2 or 3 months, I am probably going to go back to the games. Or I'm thinking maybe going to the big games. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I love the game that much. I'm not going to stop going completely. But YouTube's my full-time job now. And when you look at it at that perspective, you've got to make certain sacrifices. Because I don't necessarily enjoy vlogs too much. Vlogs are fun, but, doing the vlog and having your phone out at the game, I don't mind it because I can kind of separate it. I prefer just enjoying the game. And you can't have both. I don't know. I'll probably end up doing vlogs again because it means I can go to the game again. But in the short term, it's going to be live streams. That's all. Still love Anfield, and I go on the wettest day of the year. Said no married man ever. Anyway, so Liverpool and Leicester are kind of playing ping pong at the moment, table tennis, whatever sport you play in your country. Trent just put the ball into the box. That was dangerous. Never really went to anyone, but it was good to see that it had a little bit of pace on the ball. Nice whippage. And it's about causing issues. Listen, Leicester City, although probably tactically well set out, do not have world-class individuals in any way, shape or form. If they win today, it's going to be off the tactical prowess and mistakes made by Liverpool because they have shown that with no Maddison, there's no real spark in that team. And no Jamie Vardy, not to mention. Oh, the corner never really went anywhere. I saw the idea. Get it back post. I love Oxlade-Chamberlain this game, though. He's trying to put the balls in. That one never went his way, but you can see that's what Klopp's told him. So it's about causing that havoc around the box and trying to make Leicester City crap themselves. Toby says, can we continue to play this high line? It dominates possession, but it's completely negated by a long ball and a striker with good off-the-ball runs. Can we continue to play this high line? Are you saying, okay, so you're saying, like, is it sustainable to keep playing the high line? I'd suggest it's probably not. I don't know. I think there is ways about it because it's not just the high line. That's the system. There's so much more that goes into it. So how you play on the ball, whether you want to cross balls into the box, whether you want to dedicate more time to playing tiki-taka football or changing it up between tiki-taka football and long balls, which Liverpool have done in the past. But right now we seem to be doing the long ball approach. I think it's the long balls that are doing us the most damage. I feel like the high line has been nowhere near as efficient as last season. So maybe you've actually got a point because last season we got the most offsides by like 3 times more than any other team. Whereas this season, I can't remember having as much success with the high line. Every game last year, it felt like we were getting people offside. Whereas with another year of analysing that style of play, I feel like that's kind of what's gone against Liverpool, and teams have been able to capitalise more, get those goals early on in the game. Because bear in mind, it's another game where we've conceded the goal first, which is bollocks. No one likes conceding goals first. It's not good for the momentum of the game. It causes or forces the team to have more open spaces because you're attacking the goal more. Leicester City have done everything they've wanted to do. Now, listen, the order of Anfield, a late night at Anfield, the atmosphere should be booming. Especially now that we're losing early on. It was probably the worst time they could go 1-0 up. But even though it was the worst time, there's never a bad time to be leading at Anfield. So, let's see how Leicester do. I mean, Crystal Palace came and got a result against us as well at Anfield, so you never know. Max Cox says, lad, I'm just saying, watch us bottle it. Bottle what? If you're talking about the season, I feel like that's already bottled. If you're talking about the game, I feel like there's still a long time. I'm not too sure about full bottle, but maybe you've got a point in. I'm just not going to subscribe to it yet. Solomon says, like, subscribe. Speaking of subscribe, shout out to Solomon. Why is Henderson starting? Well, maybe because we've got a low options on midfielders. Maybe because if we don't start Henderson, we start Milner. Maybe because Oxlade-Chamberlain is simultaneously starting with Henderson. What's happened to Fabinho, chat? Is he on the bench? Because maybe Fabinho should be playing, to be honest. No, you've got a point. If Fabinho's fit, he should be playing. I think Fabinho's found a little bit of form. But do keep in mind as well, though, chat, is you've got to rest players and you've got to make sure no one's overly playing. You know, when Fabinho's playing week in, week out, and he's playing bad, the problem is that Klopp's playing him too much, but then when he doesn't play him, it's like, oh, why is he starting Henderson? He's never going to win. So if that's the reason why he's dropped him, then understandable. Fabio is injured. Oh, Fabinho is injured. Oh, yeah, because Fabinho's having a babber, isn't he? Oh, yeah, Fabinho's having a baby. Shout out to Papa Fabibs. Fabibs? Shout out to Papa Fabs. My man Fab. Sorry, I've just knocked the camera there, chat. I apologise. Yeah, no, understandable. Well, that's why he started Henderson, because we've got no one else. There's no one else to start. James Hardy is coming on. You fighting for top 4 or top 6? Great question, chat. Let me know what you think. Top 4 or top 6 for Liverpool this season. I think we can sustain a top 4 battle. I think we can. But if we lose today, then nah, I'm not going to subscribe to that notion either. I will be fuming if we don't win this game. I won't like it. And again, if you can't beat Leicester City at home and they're, 13th in the table, you don't really deserve top 4 anyway. United have been much better this season. Arsenal, Tottenham, I mean, Tottenham play like a crackhead team. Like, it looks like their team just do a line before games. That being said, they get results. It's better results now than what they've got in recent years. That was some nice football from Liverpool, and if that's not given a free kick, he gave it. Well done, ref. Well done. Good foul one there by Núñez as well. Beautiful play. And that's what I mean. We can play the tiki-taka. We can play the nice inside football and incorporate the long balls along with that. But we've shown so much eagerness and so much desperation towards these long balls. It's like, you know, an investment in business. We invest into this specific part so much and it just hasn't gone our way. The stock is going down. It's like these NFT and crypto scams. Who's onto CoffeeZilla? Are you onto CoffeeZilla, the YouTuber? Lad, it's like those NFT scams, isn't it? You know what I mean? The stock just goes like this, and it goes off the point someone said before about the high line. But I think the long balls is the main thing, because we lose the ball more often. So it gives the teams more of a chance to attack us, whereas last season, Liverpool would at least dominate possession. But we have got a free kick, and it's at a decent little tasty range from my man, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Come on, lad. Do you know what's dead funny as well? The way that Liverpool persists to do this bullshit thing where Trent will stand in the middle, Salah will stand there, Hendo will stand there, to give the delusion that one of them could possibly take the free kick. Oh, I wonder who's going to take the free kick. Maybe the guy with the dreadlocks who always takes free kicks. But hey-ho, put the mini Egyptian and an English fella who I don't know has ever scored a free kick in his life around it with him. Oh, I wonder who's going to take the free kick. Sorry, that was just like the inner 10-year-old in me coming out there. I do apologise. I forgot that we had to play Real Madrid, you know. Someone's just mentioned we're playing Real Madrid. Shit. No! Why do we have to play Real Madrid in the... why couldn't we get an easy run like the knockout stages last year? That would have been nice. Trent, he shoots! The wall got it though. Ooh, a nice little... Hey, listen, if the ball never got in the way of that second shot, that could have been a problem. If your grandmother had wheels, she would be a bike. Rubber says Gakpo effect, blood. Yeah, I know, but we don't know the Gakpo effect yet. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Rubber. I really appreciate it. That being said, don't know the Gakpo effect yet. And it's been rumoured that he's not going to play up until the Wolves game in the FA Cup third round. I think that's a good game to slowly ease him into as well. But I really wish we could play him against Brentford. Chat, why can't we play him against Brentford? Like, this is clearly my impatient side showing, but why can't we play him against Brentford? We signed him 3 days ago. He's been playing all season. He's just played in a World Cup. The same World Cup that Verge has just played in. Why can't he play against Brentford? Why can't he come off the bench? Why do we have to wait until the 7th for Wolves in the FA Cup? I'm not complaining. I am complaining. Why do I have to wait? Christmas has been and gone. It's New Year soon, baby. Chat, are we doing the New Year resolutions? Are we doing that? Mine should just be a better person next year. Oh, Harvey. Hey, Harvey's got so much potential, mate. His ball control's fantastic. Power Puncher Bros says, hey, Redmond, Man United or Everton? Death, if that's a great... I'm messing. Genuinely, it would be Everton because you've heard my accent, you know what I mean? And if Liverpool didn't exist, which would have to be the case for me to support one of those teams, then Everton are the only team or other team in Merseyside. As much as I live 15 minutes away from Anfield, I live about 12 minutes away from Goodison, which is devastating that I do live slightly closer. It's because Liverpool is on... In fact, is that true? In fact, no, it's probably about the equal distance. I'll say I live close to Anfield just to sound really good. Either way, we've got another free kick. It's not scoring distance, but if Trent can fizz in a nice cross, which he has, but no one was penetrating in the box. It never went to the right place either. Not a great set piece yet again. Oh, I've got a bit of chocolate cake on my hand. That's what I was eating at the start of the stream when I didn't know I was live, for anyone wondering. Shout out to everyone who's tuned in, by the way, guys, if you don't mind. Only if you enjoy the content, please do smash a like. We've just won the ball back. And again, the long balls. Chat, you see what I'm saying with the long balls? It's actually harming us more than it does well for us. We might get a goal off a long ball, but if you're trying the long balls 20 times, that's a problem. And the person who you've got to blame for persisting with the long balls, unfortunately, is Jurgen Klopp. It's a big shame, but you do have to blame him. He keeps persisting with these long balls. Chat, do you agree or disagree? Long balls are Liverpool's number one problem. Because look, we win the ball back here. A phenomenal tackle by Thiago, by the way. A great tackle. And straight away, Henderson's looking on who's on the other end of that pitch. It's literally the only option that Liverpool go with. And that's what frustrates me, is that we've got no other weapons in our armoury. And again, the high line's just being beat. This is a huge problem. Good defending, Trent. Good defending. Not great defending, but he done what he needed to do. He done everything he needed to do. Well done, Trent. But the midfield really needs to be held accountable. Because it keeps getting beat and it keeps getting overrun. And it keeps trying to enforce these long balls that aren't going anywhere. And either way, you've got to blame that on Klopp, because he's not trying to broaden the options on how Liverpool could play. And then also, he's putting players like Henderson, who is a decent passer, but he's not the one who's going to be pinging long balls left and right. Especially when the opposition is anticipating those same long balls. For fuck's sake, Leicester City are playing a back six. That involves Ndidi and FaZe and all these players. The tall people. It's not going to be easy to just beat them in the air. And again, oh my God, that was terrible defending from the set piece. It's just how equal each of our games are this season, which is the most frustrating thing. It's just the fact that every team gives us a challenge, which pisses me off. Rubber says, why did you get Gakpo when you don't need him? I disagree with that. Midfield and defence is more important. You only got Gakpo because United were interested. I massively disagree. I think Gakpo is essential with the fact that Diaz could be out for another 2 to 3 months. And Gakpo could be the difference of us fighting for top 4 or getting top 4 based on the fact that we don't have Luis Diaz. So you need to replace him. I don't know how that's hard to understand for people. Plus, he was only 37 million. I don't understand how that's a bad signing. Plus, like, behind Luis Diaz, who have you got? Fabio Carvalho or what? Play Nunes on the left. Nunes has came in to be the striker. Good defending by Liverpool there from the set piece. Of course we needed Gakpo. Now, I agree with where you said you needed, or midfield and defence is more important. But that doesn't mean you need to do it in that order. Just because we got Gakpo doesn't mean we're not going to get a midfielder, or doesn't mean we're not going to get a defender. I still think we're going to get a midfielder. I don't think we're going to get a defender, in all fairness. But I do think a left winger or another attacker was massively important. You saw the benefit of having 6 attackers last season with Minamino and Origi. I think it's safe to say that Gakpo is at least on the level, if not better, than both of those players. And look what we achieved last year. 2 trophies, the final, 2nd place in the league. I know that's not a trophy in itself. What a trophy for Liverpool. But still 91 points, which if we somehow got close to that this season, I'm sure would get us top 4. So I think it was definitely a signing that we needed. I don't understand the logic behind your comment, Rubber, but if you have a counter-argument or a counterpoint, then by all means, send it in the comments, mate, and I'll be more than happy to chime in. I think it's a good debate. Because Gakpo is one of those players. He came out the blue. Like, how long was we interested in him? Klopp said a while. Great ball from Oxlade, by the way. Oh, Nunes with the pace! With the pace! Salah, for fuck's sake! Oh, sorry, pardon the language. Pardon the language. Where's the swear, yeah? I'm trying to sort out the swearing. In an aggressive manner. Like, if I'm just in conversation and I swear it's not bad. Beautiful ball from Oxlade, by the way. I haven't minded Oxlade's performance so far. I think it's been solid. Great play from Nunes. I've got to give it to him. That was beautiful. That cut around the player, that pace can be such a fucking issue. It's so horrible to play against players like that sometimes. But Salah needs to do better there. That's all Salah's fault. Brilliant from Nunes. I'll have to give it to him. And by the way, I want to see more of that from Nunes. That was beautiful. Even the pass. With his left foot to find Salah. Very nice. Very, very nice. It was a little bit behind, but no complaints. It's the lack of creativity in midfield. Only creative player in midfield is Thiago. We have to placate it instead of Henderson and bring someone like Ben Doak on the wing. I wouldn't mind playing Ben Doak. I really like Ben Doak. Weirdly enough, I think he adds more to the game in current form than Mo Salah. Besides the numbers, besides the goals, the assists. Not saying he's better than Mo Salah, not saying he should start week to week over Mo Salah. Just saying I think he brings more to the all-round team in this current form than Mo Salah. W or L, too soon or not. I'm not saying he could come in and live to the expectation, but based on what I've seen, granted against Derby and the little glimpse against Aston Villa, he's got quality. He came from Celtic, highly regarded, one of Scotland's hottest young prospects, Jurgen Klopp as manager. Me don't know. Or should I say I don't know, as the wee Scotsman would say. Speaking of the Scotsman, there's Robbo. Wee Robbo. Coming outside, mate. Solomon says, good work by Nunes. Salah should have put it in. I agree. I agree, mate. He missed the target. He missed the target for sure. 90 LFC says, if we can't beat Leicester at home, I can't see us getting top 4. That's the same with me. I mean, the Aston Villa game was so much of a boost. It's a good platform to build a little bit of momentum off of and, you know, hopefully enhance yourself into those top 4 conversations, eventually get into top 4 and then result in finishing 4th, 3rd or 2nd, wherever you do. And then you can go ahead and continue business as normal because we all know that. I mean, it's not always the case that you get top 4 and you get world-class players, but it helps, and it's massively helped Liverpool in many, many aspects. I think it increases the volume of players that you bring in. Like, we've brought in great players before without top 4, like Luis Suarez is a prime example. He joined from Ajax, who did have Champions League, and joined us when we had King Kenny just take over from Roy Hodgson. They actually came in the same transfer window. So, Luis Suarez is you know, one of those type of players. Oh, we have a mistake! Oxlade! Salah! Got to score! Yes! Offside. Because he's not celebrating. Shit. Oh, I got excited, chat. I got excited. I got really happy. I thought Oxlade got an assist, which he's been playing really well so far. I'm not going to lie. I thought Salah got a goal. That would have been nice. Danny Ward with the mistake as well. How shit is Danny Ward? And it was Salah who was offside from when Danny Ward done that. Shit. You couldn't have anticipated Danny Ward doing that, but you should have. But you should have. That would have been lovely. That would have been very nice if we were able to get a goal there. Oh, my Wi-Fi is saying it's going mad, fam. Please fix itself. Please fix itself. Let me know if the Wi-Fi is bum bum. South Africa in the building. Chat, let me know where you're from. I'd love to know where the consensus of the current viewers are from in this world. Great tackle by Robbo before. I never even seen that. Let me have a little bit of chocolate cake. Oh. I love a little bit of cake, mate. Love a little bit of cake. That's what he said. Anyway. Henderson is trash. I'm not going to lie. Henderson's been putting up stinkers in recent time. He has been putting up stinkers. That's his age, man. You know what I mean? Henderson was always going to be one of those players that was never going to be at the top of the game for 10, 15 years. Like, he was never going to have the longevity of a Gerrard because he was never the player Gerrard was. But he's been a great leader and he's still massively valuable to the variable side of the things and getting the squad riled up and being that orchestra, you know, that or whatever it is. I think it's the orchestra. You know, the guy who conducts the performance. And I feel like he's done a great job at that, but now he just needs to step back a little bit, allow the young guys to take over the role. I feel like when Tyler Morton comes back from Blackburn, there's a big opportunity for him there to... Because he's kind of like a similar player to Henderson, you know what I mean? But I think he's a little bit more... Well, I know, based on what I've seen, he's not too far off in the technical side of things. So there's an interesting one there in Tyler Morton. Watch out for Tyler Morton, because you saw what happened with Harvey Elliott when he came back from Blackburn. He done really well. Smash the likes, by the way, guys, if you haven't already. Enjoying them. Of course. 2-0 to Brentford against West Ham. Now, that's not good either, because they're our next opponents. And then after that, we've got Chelsea, which makes this game an even more of a must-win, chat. A massive must-win. How come you're not at the game? I'm going to have to answer this question loads of times. I'm just not going to be going the game for the next couple of weeks. Just to grow the YouTube channel, make sure I'm doing more watch-alongs and getting more content out for the viewers and whatever have you. But eventually, probably about March, April, I might go to the big games until then. But March, April is when I'll start going probably back to all the home games and I'll do vlogs. But live watch-alongs just make more sense. And it's also the best alternative than going the game. I get to talk to yous, I get to watch the game. It's not bad. It's not bad doing a watch-along at all, so happy days. And I've been going to every single Anfield game for years, so it's not an... I know what I'm getting when I'm going to a Liverpool game. I'm just obviously a little bit bummed out that I can't go, but just financially it doesn't make 2 cents for me in the current moment. You know, bills are high at the moment, people. You feel me? You feel me? But it's not even just that. It's just I've got to make financially smarter decisions. There's equipment that I want to buy. There's things I want to invest into. Therefore, I need money. Purely on the premise that this is my full-time job and I want to obviously improve the quality, because right now it's not great. But we're making do what we've got in the process. But now is like the first time I've ever taken YouTube seriously. Before I returned, it was just a hobby, really. Whereas now it's a bit more of a job. But always work in what you enjoy. So I feel like I'm winning in life at the moment, even though we're still growing. And you can all say that you were here for it. Clarkson has been doing bits in Dundee. That is also true. I completely forget about Leighton Clarkson. And you've got to remember, the Scottish League is a very sound alternative for the Championship, because they've got 2-3 really, really good teams, and then all the rest of the teams are just essentially looking to rattle you. Scottish football have a very similar style of football to England. It's very much just get stuck in, get your studs put in. I don't even know if they have fucking VAR. You know what I mean? I don't even know if Scottish football have VAR, so he'll come back a man for sure. I always say about Curtis Jones, he's never played a full season of men's football, which is a huge downfall for Curtis Jones, you know, chap, because he doesn't have that experience of playing week in, week out against grown men, which is a huge problem. And I think that's why Harvey improved so quick, and it's worked for other players as well. But Leicester City, again, have just won the ball. They've got all the space in the world. Thank goodness that pass was shite. By the way, that pass right there just shows the lack of quality in this Leicester City team. And it also shows how poor we've been. And it was Jordan Henderson again. It was Jordan Henderson again. I do think that's a big sign for Klopp to maybe look at alternative options on the bench. Bring on Milner for all I care, because Henderson is looking like he's going to cost us the game. He's looking very slow as well. On the ball, off the ball. His passing has not been great at all. There's just times where it's not your day, and today doesn't look like it's Henderson's, to be honest. Fun fact, Trent Alexander-Arnold has no assists this season. How original. I don't really know if it's a fun fact. I think it's quite a well-known fact. Fun facts tend to be, like, surprising, facts that you don't know. That hits one of those boxes, but I don't think it hits the other box. Well done, Thiago. Well, I think Thiago's played well. I think Oxlade-Chamberlain's played well. I think Harvey's played decent. But Henderson's just not been the one this game. I'm not going to lie to you, chat. Oh, Trent. What was that? What was that? I think he just hit the wrong... He's looking at it like, how did that go wrong? I thought that as well. I think he just tried something and it failed miserably. Shout out to Red Chili. Still a member of the YouTube channel. We haven't got many members at the moment. I don't really expect you to be, because there's not any excessive perks, to be honest with you. I need to remove the perks thing, because I used to do videos for members. I haven't really done them recently. So I do apologise about that. And obviously, if you are a member and you want to keep in mind that when you signed up, you probably were signing up with perks, then feel free to get rid of it. But Red Chili's always stayed as a member, which is proper boss from him. If anyone has to apologise for swearing, James, it's me. And that dirty, what does that say, Patois talk about Man City? I was ashamed at the end of the day. So, yeah, just got to be a better person for the new year. I like that answer. You know what I mean? You've identified moments where you've probably lost your rag a little bit and you want to improve. I think that's the best way to be in life. Diego says, your bench does look short of options compared to the previous seasons. And that's saying something. I think when you say previous seasons, I think you mean last season, Diego, because before last season, I mean, remember the Champions League final when you're bringing on Mr. Adam Lallana? Shout out to Adam Lallana, but in no way, shape or form should be coming on to play right winger for Mohamed Salah against Real Madrid in Kiev in a Champions League final. Did I mention it was a Champions League final? That was bad. At least now we've got like exciting young players, and you know, Gakpo will eventually be there. But yeah, you're right, our options have been weak this season. But that's mainly down to fitness as well. If Diaz and Jota are on that bench, that changes the look of it dramatically. By the way, Harvey Elliott's down injured. Looks like he got caught on the shin. It might have just been like that painful part. I don't think he's madly injured. Touch wood, because you never know when it comes to Liverpool players. We were literally just talking on the topic of fitness, and then Harvey Elliott goes down. That would have been a nice transition, to be honest with you. Patois. Oh, is that what he was saying? Patois. I didn't see. Is that what it was? Thank you so much, Solomon. And apologies to Red Chili, because I'm not gonna lie, I saw that word and I was just a bit like, oh. Shout out to the French though. You know what I mean? The French have belted word. Patois, twat. Oh. Twat isn't a French word. I don't know why I said that was a French word, but hey ho, we move. Yaha Yusuf says Mohamed Salah has not been it. That's the best way to describe Mo Salah in recent times. Shout out to a man like Yaya. My man Yaya. He has not been it. Oh, Thiago, did you see that little in-turn step? And a beautiful ball out to a man like Salah, who again, instead of going towards the ball, he's waiting for the ball to come towards him, and then he can try and flick it past his, past whoever his opponent is, and the opponent just reads it every single time. Salah has just become a little bit predictable. Looks like he's lost an edge in pace, and looks like his decision-making just isn't as good as it once was. Without that explosiveness, Mohamed Salah is not overly beneficial. And he hasn't been too explosive recently, and therefore I probably wouldn't start him. Thiago's been great this game, though. I've loved Thiago's performance. I think he's been the one bright spark. You can kind of see the Leicester players are stepping off Thiago as well. Because they're like, okay, we can either press him, or we can just try and figure out where he's going to pass the ball and mark that player. It's like Brendan Rodgers has identified, right, what they're going to do. They're going to play it to Thiago, play it deep. He's going to try and find the long balls. Just make sure that every single man who is within range of 35 yards of the goal, make sure they're marked. Whether it's Salah, Nunes, just make sure they're marked. And it's worked brilliantly for Leicester so far. They've been fantastic. Because I'm looking at this from a tactical battle, between Rodgers and Klopp. And Rodgers is all over Klopp at the moment. And that's not a sentence I would ever like to admit nor say. But here's Thiago, plays it out wide to Robertson. Is he onside? If he is onside, then that's beautiful. Oh, no. And then Oxlade got a chance, and it looks like he might have got an injury. But it took a deflection and never went our way. Oxlade's back up. Here's Oxlade again. Oh, unlucky Oxlade. I've liked his performance because he's trying things. Robertson again with a forced cross. Leicester City are in their numbers at the moment. They're putting everyone behind the ball, and rightly so. This is the perfect game plan from Leicester City. Don't be fuming at Leicester because they're putting all the players behind the ball. Oh my goodness! Talking about good defending, and then they just go and score an own goal. Yes! Hey, listen, mate. You've got to take your slice of luck sometimes. You've got to take your slice of luck with a slice of cheese pizza and fucking granny. That was the chocolate cake. One goal. Well done. Well done. That's so unlucky. Like... Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Hey, chat, goal season, W or L? W or L for goal of the season? Let me know. Let me know. W or L for goal of the season. So, in fact, Leicester City have scored 2 goals this game, and it's 1-1. You've got to love football, Mats, chat. You've got to love football, Mats. But we have been improving over the past 2-3 minutes. We've shown glimpses of higher intensity, but we're just doing it in moments. Like, yeah, right now, what are we going to do? Here's Joel Matip with the most pointless no-look pass ever. He actually changed his mind last minute, which was intriguing. Shows the intelligence of Joel Matip as well. But again, though, we were showing a little bit more intensity. Oh, we nearly got it there as well. Salah, get up, get up, get up. You were diving there. Stop diving, you fucker. Stop diving. Get back on your feet. We've got to throw him. Again, chat, like, we're not really breaking Leicester City down because I think they've done tactically brilliant. But now that changes the game. That changes the game massively. Especially off the premise that now they don't have that 1-0 advantage. Therefore, they can't afford to sit back as much. But to be honest, I think they'll still be really happy with a point. If you told Rodgers a point before the game, he would have bit your hands off for it, no doubt. And Leicester aren't in as bad as a position as I thought they was. They're like 13th. They're doing sound, mate. 13th for Leicester in this current state is not bad at all. No James Maddison as well. A point would be brilliant. Oh, Van Dijk. No penetration on that header whatsoever. Shout out to Ed. Why is there no thought on going 3-5-2, 3-4-3? Matip Konate can protect Van Dijk like Timber and Ake did. Plus, it benefits Trent. Will allow him to play with more freedom. I think this would be a great idea. Do you know, remember in the league winning season when Liverpool would transition between the 4-2-3-1 and the 4-3-3? I think it'd be great to do that now between what you've just said, the 3-5-2, like the 3 at the back, and the 4-3-3. Oh, Salah with a Megs! Oh, but there's just too many defenders in that box for him to really do anything significant. It looks like he was going to get a little lucky Megs there and maybe get an opening, who knows. Arsenal fans. Oh, so Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV said Kevin De Bruyne is not world class. What is your opinion? No, he is world class. He's definitely world class. I don't know what he's on about there. I think he's on the decline, but peak De Bruyne was so good. The same way that peak Salah was so good, same way peak Verge was so good. That they're still world class. It's just he's not as good as what peak De Bruyne has shown, but he still shows it in games the same way Salah will show it in games and Verge will show it in games. I mean, they're just at that age where, you know, the legs aren't going to be the same, but hopefully the the magic that they produce on the ball is still going to be there. And for Kevin De Bruyne, he's always been known for the explosive long shots and the great goals and the passes galore, the crosses for days. He's a world-class player for sure, and I'm surprised that was even a question or a debate. And it's funny because on the Big Six Extra, that same conversation was being had. And all I mentioned was that De Bruyne had a terrible World Cup and his mentality was poor. But it's a corner for Liverpool, and it goes right into the gloves of Danny Ward. So, nothing to report on as of right now for those who are just listening. I should probably put this like as audio somewhere, but that's proper effort. If you want to watch, just do it this way. James, a quick question. Would you rather... Right, yeah, let me put that up there. Would you rather... who would you rather out of Casado and Amrabat alongside Bellingham? So this question here, DJC, by the way, shout out to yourself because I know you're a long-time viewer, subscriber. Casado or Amrabat next to Jude Bellingham? Well, I think we need different types of players. I would love both Casado and Jude Bellingham, though, I'm not going to lie to you. I'll probably say them two because I think players like Amrabat come around a lot more often, and I wouldn't assume Amrabat would be coming in to try and overtake Fabinho. I'm sure he'd just be there in case Fabinho was injured or, Fabinho was playing really bad, then Amrabat can step in. I never looked at Amrabat like the man who starts, whereas I think Bellingham and Casado have all the potential in the world to be the next midfield, but it's a mistake and it's Jamie Vardy. He's going to score this, I know it, or an assist. Great block by Robertson. Come on! Come on! Harvey Barnes needed to be more reactionary with that chance there. But who was that a mistake from? Good hold up play from whoever that was. Ooh, it looked like Vardy was slightly offside, actually. So in that case, the offside trap might have worked. But either way, even if it didn't work, Robbo did more than the job that he needed to do. So, fair facts, mate. Fair facts. You get me? Leicester City are all over us at the moment. This is what I mean. It's, a game of two halves at the moment. It's, they're having a few chances, we're having a few, but I think theirs are more dangerous based on the mistakes that we're making. Because we're making a lot of mistakes, but you can tell that we're trying to score. Oh, Trent with the left foot. It goes over. It was probably worth an effort, to be honest, because we're not creating too much at the moment. I would have preferred that long shot over another fucking cross or a dink, and it just was kicked away by a Leicester player. That would have really frustrated me. So I'm actually happy we tried something different. Liverpool will win. If you could take Tottenham out of top four, I would love you for life. I hope so. I hope we can do that. But for you, but for me. I'm sorry. But I'm glad that I can mutually benefit both of us. Glad you remember me, bro. I kind of just watch your streams, never really type in the chat or love, man. I really appreciate that. I really do. Big chance. DJC with the look. Darwin Núñez! Was that another own goal? Did he just make that an own goal? Did he just take away our Darwin's goal? Are you taking the piss, mate? Hey, well, it's Darwin Núñez. Golazo, golazo, golazo. Goal! Vamos! Oh, I wish I was in that stadium, mate, just going, Núñez, 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 Núñez. Oh, is it Darwin's goal? Oh, no, he hit the post. I didn't even see that. I thought that the player put it into the net. As if it's at the centre. Sign phase up. Sign him up. Sign up, phaser. Sign up, phaser. Sign up. Or what is it? Phase. Sign up, phase. I like the original one better. Sign up, phaser. What a plur. What a plur. What an absolute plur. That is beautiful. In fact, that is sensational. That is absolutely sensational, chat. That is absolute. Do you know what? That's more sensational than the PJs that my ma got me for Christmas. Get on these, chat. This is why we're winning this game of football. These are the luck of dreams. It's the PJs. It's the PJ. We have never been given so much luck in one individual game of football. We have never been given so much luck, and it is because of the PJs. Oh, and by the way, we should sign that player up as a secret agent whenever we play Leicester. Because he is disgraceful. Brendan Rodgers is going to be fuming. Everyone after the game is going to be like, Brendan Rodgers out. Brendan Rodgers out. And you've just seen like exactly what's happened. Like, we've been terrible. But Leicester City have tactically just been more intelligent. They've just been more aware. They've stuck to the game plan. Unless your name is FaZe, then you've done your job if you're a Leicester City player. That is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. As if it's 2 goals. 2 own goals for my man FaZe. They are quality PJs. And I also do believe it's a big reason why we are winning this game of football. I will not lie to you, chat. And if that does not deserve a like, I do not know what does. My man coming out here looking like a model version of Rude Gully. And scoring goals like Rude Gully. Except for us. Good goals. Very good goals. Hey, and Nunes with another indirect assist. Belter. Man's going for carrying own goals. Is that what the commentator just said? This is why I wish I could listen to commentary sometimes. Because I was thinking of Jamie Carragher when he scored the second goal as well. I believe Carragher had a really shit game last time against Leicester, or when he played years ago. Here's Nunes. Hey, referee, that's a foul. Look at Nunes winning fouls. I think Nunes has had a fairly okay game, to be honest. He's not going to be getting any complaints from me in this one. Matrix Clan says, James, do you think Arsenal will win the league this season? And is Manchester United better than Liverpool this season? And do you think Liverpool will get top 4 this season? Fucking hell. Loads of questions. I was expecting it to be like one with like a follow-up question maybe, but we've got a free kick. I will answer that in a second. Can we get anything before half-time? And it's half-time. I'll take that. Listen, chat, what can we take from that first half? What we have to take from it is it was a very, very below-par performance. A below-par performance which we're very lucky to escape with a 2-1 lead, and we never created anything significant besides passing it to FaZe. And because FaZe done the business, we were able to leave the half 2-1 up, but I do think that's a lot of luck, and I do think if we play like that in the second half, we're going to be in trouble, because now, think about it, Leicester City was sitting back, and they still had big chances. Imagine now that they're not sitting back. But the good thing about that is that they're going to open more pockets. They're going to have more space in the back. But I think tactically, Brendan Rodgers won that first half, even though the scoreline says differently. Is that a W or an L, chat? Anyway, do you think Arsenal will win the league this season? I'm not going to lie, yes. And I'll explain more about that in a different video. Is Manchester United better than Liverpool this season? Based on league position, yes. But my answer could be different in 3 weeks. So, yeah, technically, yeah, you are. I also think based on how you're playing in comparison to us, the fact that you beat us this season, I think you have to be classed as better. But in overall, remember who's got more trophies and know your place. You fool. I'm messing, you're not a fool. Do you think Liverpool will get top 4 this season? If we win this game, I'll say we'll challenge. And that's all I'm saying. Because I don't want to jinx anything. James, it's Ashley Knight. I asked you on your last live game, did about the bigger size merch. Oh, yeah. Bigger size merch is actually being worked on right now. XL. That's going to be sorted. And then you'll be able to get that. And it'll be all good. Put James on the pitch. I'm happy, yeah. I'm happy doing the watch-alongs and chilling with y'all. But yeah, guys, that was a very below par first half. I'm not going to lie to you in terms of performance, but probably an overwhelming first half based on the fact that we deserved absolutely nothing and came out with, as it stands, 3 points. As it stands. Did Cara have 2 or 3 on goals? I just remember it was more than 1. That's a great question, and I believe it was 2. But he has, chat, I believe I'm right in saying that Cara had a hat-trick of on goals before. Has he had a... Yeah, one sec. Cara own goals. Oh, chat, did anyone watch the Manchester United hijack transfer video? And if so, what did you think? Yeah, it was 2 own goals. It was 2 own goals. For those who were wondering. Yeah, if you watched that video, let me know what you thought, guys. I really appreciate the feedback on that video with the fact it was heavily edited and stuff like that. So it'd be good to know what you guys are saying. Me no lie, me no cry. Me no lie, me no cry. Nunes is electric. I think he's had an okay game. I don't think he's had a great game, but I think he's had a very, very okay game. Not going to lie, I actually think he's lucky because he should have taken that chance. And I didn't realise initially that he hit the post. But it's another big chance that Nunes has missed, which has got to be a further concern for those who are watching him. But otherwise, I do think he's had a good game. You wouldn't have heard me slander him. At the moment, in fact, in the moment, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together that Nunes had just missed another big chance. It's just in hindsight, I've just realised probably right now, like, oh shit, Nunes hit the post, but we got away with it. So if anything, we haven't learned anything new. Or we haven't learned any positively, or we haven't learned anything new that's positive in this game. Nunes is still missing big chances. The midfield's still getting beat. Players like Henderson is still giving the balls away, and the high line isn't as efficient as it once was. Combine that with the fact that we're persistent with long balls week in, week out, which we've done before, but we're not switching it up. It's like, you know, the example I used before about when we used to switch it up between the 4-2-3-1 and the 4-3-3. That would be much more ideal if we were doing something like that. Someone recommended 3 at the back. I think that would be a good choice at times. Maybe rotate it, put Fabinho at the back, which you've done at times. But it's just not really working out at the moment. And these are the performances that we're getting. But thankfully, the result is a little different today. And with a win against Aston Villa, a win against Leicester would be fucking superb. Fucking superb. And it's about results at this point in the season. Results is what's going to get us top 4. Not glossy performances and tiki-taka. We've got to fight for this top 4 now. Between here and the end of the season. Why is my Wi-Fi being bum, mate? I wish it just wasn't like that. I need to get a new Wi-Fi. Definitely. Henderson has had such an average game. I think average is actually very generous to Henderson with the fact that I think he's been shite. Let's be honest though, Bobby, Diaz and Jota being out is hurting us 100%. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But Diaz not being on the pitch, Jota not being on the pitch, Bobby not being on the pitch should or does not take away from Henderson giving the ball away in the midfield constantly. Does not take away from Henderson getting beat in the midfield for that first chance or that goal, from Dewsbury Hall. Literally, Henderson got done in for that goal. He got left. And it's not reactionary. I'm not saying sell him. I'm just saying it's not his day. And therefore, he should be taken off, in my opinion. And we need to see better. We need to see better. It does nothing with the confidence going forward. It does nothing about the morale going forward. That's a huge issue, seeing players making mistakes constantly. That's just the way it is. Full-time score prediction based on the first half. For some reason, I think Liverpool are actually going to get a win in this game. It just seems like everything is going in our favour, even though it shouldn't be. But that being said, if you told me it was going to be a draw, I think based on the first half performance, it's probably more likely to be that. Because I'd be surprised if Liverpool didn't score a goal of their own, if that made sense. Because both them goals were gifts. So I'd be surprised if we went through a whole 90 minutes with Leicester not getting a goal for ourselves. But then I don't dispute the idea of Leicester getting 1 or 2 goals themselves. So if they do that, then it's not going to be really worth it. And FaZe will just be a distant memory. Sorry, I need to... Oh, you've just... That's a random name, isn't it? I'm so sorry. If that's your real name, I do apologise. Forget Maguire, we got a new OG specialist, FaZe. Shout out to FaZe. FaZe is officially on more goals than... Who's Liverpool? Yeah, chat. Tell me Liverpool players that FaZe has got more goals than. Tell me Liverpool players that FaZe has got more goals than. That'd be a great video. 5 players who have got less goals than FaZe for Liverpool. By the way, I'm already in the process of making another top 5 video. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but if you think about the month that is coming up, that might give you a little bit of a clue. Gomez, yeah, Gomez, facts. Facts. Hey, do you know what? You are right. FaZe has just outscored Alisson in one game, but Alisson's a goalkeeper. In fact, chat, what's more impressive? Alisson being a goalkeeper and having one goal, or FaZe being a centre-back for the opposition team and having 2 goals for Liverpool? What one's more impressive? Because I'm not going to lie, there's some harmonious beauty about both of those scenarios. Do you feel me? Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez has never scored a goal for Liverpool Football Club. That is absolutely unbelievable. On the pitch right now, Elliot, Fabinho, Gomez, Alisson. Oh, wow. Is Elliot... Wait there. Elliot's got a goal. Elliot's got a goal. Or 2. He scored a goal in the Champions League. I know that for sure. And did he score against Bournemouth in the league? Maybe Premier League goals then, yeah? Because I believe the goal against Bournemouth was his only Premier League goal. Yeah, you're right. Fabinho isn't on the pitch, but I get the point. Matt Jones says, because Nunes is so electric, I reckon it's in the midfielders' heads that they need to hit him behind early rather than keeping it, hence giving it away a lot. Maybe they're adapting to a new style of play, but these boys are no new dogs to long balls. They know how to do a long ball, and if anything, they've now got a better resource for long balls. The thing is, they're hitting the long balls too early. They're not hitting them correctly. They're not hitting it with the right part of their foot. Therefore, that's a huge issue. Now, if it's just happening in one game, it's not an issue, but it's happened in multiple games this season to where it's going to continue to cost Liverpool points, to where that probably cost us top 4, which could cost us Jude Bellingham. Come on, guys. Look ahead. Look into the future. Get out the matrix. Do get out the matrix. Shout out to Rubley, who says, who needs Gakpo now? And oh yeah, who needs Gakpo when you've got FaZe? Rubley has just made an absolutely beautiful point. A beautiful point. Thank you for the super chat again, by the way. Toby says, Ali, but I'll take FaZe being a double agent. Facts. Yeah, guys, what do you think about Nunes this game? Rate Nunes' performance out of 10 so far. Let me know, like, 7 being decent, 6 being just below average, anything below that. Oh no, 6 being average, 5 being below average, and whatever have you. Do your own criteria, but just give me a number. What changes would you make at half-time? If Diego is still in the stream, Diego, would you be able to let me know the bench again? Or can someone let me know the bench again? Because that'd be great. Clueless Cookie says 6. Shout out to Clueless Cookie, by the way. Jack Susko says 7. 6 times. Shout out to 6 times. Says 6. Of course, you would say 6 times. Football Clips 97 says 8. Very high rating there for Nunes for someone who hasn't really done much. But he's done what he's needed to do well. But guys, let's not... when we would see Timo Werner putting in these performances for Chelsea, you wouldn't be saying 8s. You wouldn't. He missed the chance, and thankfully we got away with it because FaZe is a legend. But I'd say 6 is a very fair assessment on Nunes' performance so far. And I actually think that's probably the highest rating I would give anyone, bar Thiago. I think Thiago, in fact, Oxlade, I think had a decent game. I'd probably give Thiago a 7, Oxlade a 6.5, and Nunes a 6 so far. Just because Nunes hasn't done much, but do you know what, though? The tap around their defender, where he passed it to Salah, I think Salah should have done a bit better with that chance. Good chance created there for Nunes as well. Henderson deserved, but I think I'd give Henderson a 2 so far. Because what has Henderson done right? If you do 3 things wrong, but complement that with 3 things you've done right, you probably get a result like 5 or 6 out of 10, maybe a 4. But if you've done nothing good and only stuff bad, I think 4 is very generous and very high. And I love Henderson. You know me, guys. Hendo Nino, Jordan, Hendo Nino. My captain till the day I die, blood. You feel me? But he's not been putting in the performances recently, and he's not done it again today. So that, to me, is a huge, huge issue. Smash a like, please, by the way, people. Get the stream a little bit more out there. Only if you're enjoying the stream as well, though, of course. Let me have a water. You're on to the way when I start stuttering, I have a water. Honestly, mate, sometimes just it doesn't work the same. It don't work the same. Nunes is rapid, true. I'll give Ox a 7. I think Ox has been a really good 7. Yeah, let's do player ratings so far, chat. Nunes a 3. Ooh, are you saying 3? I'd say a 3 is a bit too harsh. But do you know what, though? I can kind of understand it with the fact he hasn't done anything made. Nah, that's harsh. That's harsh. 5, 6. I'd understand. I'd give him a 6. Thank you very much for the upvote. I appreciate it. Should start calling them upvotes. Why not? And it turns out that Blue Dynamite predicts Liverpool 2, Leicester 3. Is he just a hater, chat, or does he have a point? I don't dispute Leicester being able to score 2 more goals, you know. I don't dispute it. Because I think Harvey Barnes really missed a big chance in the half as well when Jamie Vardy squared it over to him. I think there was moments where we gave the ball away and was just simply very lucky. There was even like that moment where Trent had to get the ball out for the corner. So there's been many. I think they've had the better chances, to be honest with you. They've tactically been everything they've needed to be. Nunes and Thiago has been the best players. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if that's a statement or a question, or if you're questioning me about saying they were the 2 best players, but yeah, that's what I said. Oh, is this the bench? Thank you so much, Texas Dave. So Gomez, Kanate, Keita, Shimikas, Carvalho, Clark, Bajcetic and Doak. So guys, with that bench on the screen, who would you bring on and who would you take off? I think right now Henderson's been very below par, so it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe give Bajcetic a go. But that being said, I think don't be surprised to see Henderson. No, actually, Naby Keita comes on for Jordan Henderson. Let Thiago play a little bit longer. And then when Thiago's legs start to go, maybe bring on Bajcetic, as there's no Fabinho on the bench at the moment, as he's on family leave. I wouldn't mind Kanate being brought on and transitioning to a back 3 if we're really struggling. But I wouldn't do that right now. That being said, how do Leicester City start the second half and how do we? And if you're Jurgen Klopp, how do you anticipate what's going to happen? Because everything suggests that Leicester are probably going to be the more energetic team at the second half, but you never know. You never know. Bajcetic and Hendo, Doak and Ox. I think Doak, in fact, Jed, I think Doak could come on probably 60th minute, 65th minute. I think that's a really good shout. I think that's a phenomenal shout. Oxlade chat, what we giving him? Oh yeah, it is a question for the chat from Toby. What are we giving Oxlade for a rating? He's intrigued to see what all the odds are. Here's a nice little list of player ratings from Clueless Cookie as well. Virgil van Dijk 5, Trent 4. I think Trent's one's a little bit harsh, Clueless Cookie. Oh, by the way, the second half starting. Shit. Set time. Start. Oh no, shit, it's not started yet. Let me just get this timer. Boom, and we're underway for the second half. Make sure you smash your likes, get your popcorn, get your bums in your seats, and let's analyse the second half of Leicester City versus Liverpool. Man of the match so far has clearly got to be FaZe. No doubt about it. But yeah, do anticipate Leicester having a bit more of an attacking start. But yeah, Clueless Cookie, I disagree with Trent rating. All the rest, I actually somewhat agree with. Yeah, I agree. I think Trent's been okay. It's not been his worst performance. Harvey Elliott's been getting stuck in this game. He's not been, like, perfect. He's not done anything substantial, which is why I probably wouldn't give him a high rating, but he's got stuck in. It's nice to see that he's getting more involved with the physical side of the game, which is something that he probably has lacked in his early part of his Liverpool career. Understandably so, with the fact that he's still going through puberty and messing. Harvey Elliott would see this and call me a joker. Call me a joker. He's got more facial hair than me, so I'm not really one to talk about puberty or facial hair growth. Not to mention he has, you know, bigger cojones with the fact that he's out there playing against freaking Wilfred Ndidi. If I saw Wilfred Ndidi, I'd shit myself. Purely on the premise that I know he could deck me if he just so felt. If he so felt, he could just put my ass on the floor if he wanted. Whereas at least Harvey Elliott gets stuck in. You know what I mean? I think in a boxing fight, though, I think I'd have Ndidi. I do. I'm an alright boxer, chat. I don't know why I'm talking about boxing Ndidi. He's never done anything to me. He's never hurt me feelings. Probably has, actually. Because he's a good player, but... Pep Linders Pep Lijnders' book is to blame for the season. Chat, what do you think about this? So what he means is Pep Lijnders brought out a book earlier on in the season regarding the tactics that we have for the Barca game and, you know, the tactics that Liverpool play in general. Do you think that the book was a big reason to why we're getting caught out so often? I think it's just because we're playing shit, but that's just me. I wouldn't put it down to a book. I think it's just lower intensity, less running. I don't think bringing out a book causes players to be slower or less reactive. You know, I think that's not a book's fault. But getting caught out and stuff, I suppose you can associate. But to be honest, anyone with a footballing brain knows Liverpool styles of play. It just takes a little bit of time for not only the manager to give that to the players, but for the players to actually experience it. So it's one thing knowing what a team's going to do, but if you haven't experienced the, let's say, pressure of Manchester City, you're going to play better against them after you've played them a few times because you remember certain experiences with certain players that they have. They've got a chance now, by the way, Leicester. It's out wide. Alisson's just had to make a huge save. It was a cross, but he had to still make a huge save to keep it safe. And again, Leicester City getting into the more dangerous positions, which I've been trying to talk about. No doubt that they've gone in the more dangerous positions. No, it's just been a bad season. I agree. I absolutely agree. Heard that you're Liam sparring Eubank. Yeah, Eubank is going to be getting a whole bunch of these when they fight. I think it's a great fight, to be honest with you. I think it's a great fight. Clueless Cookie says, I don't think it's the book. I think we've been playing the same way for so long. Easy to work out tactics. Yeah, at the end of the day, like I said, anyone with a brain will know how Liverpool play. It's just one thing knowing how they play and how to stop it. We all know how City play. We all know they're going to give high pressure. They're going to try and give the ball to De Bruyne. De Bruyne's going to try and cross the ball into Haaland. Cancelo's going to try and cross the ball into Haaland. And if they're not doing that, then they're going to play tiki-taka. You know that. But like I said, knowing's one thing. Being able to stop it is another. And we're just very, very beatable based on the players at the moment. It's, you know, the same tactics that have been used by the manager have been working. Whereas now I just don't think the same tactics suit these versions of the players. You know, like Henderson 2 years ago, yeah, suits the system. Now, not so much. But brilliant ball over the top to Núñez. And Núñez, again, like the lack of first touch. This is another problem about the long balls. Long balls require a good first touch. If you don't play football, try and get your mate to give you a long ball and try and touch it down perfectly. I can guarantee if you don't play football on a regular basis, you're not going to touch down that ball and know how to touch down the ball. You might get a lucky touch or whatever, but do you know, like when that Hungarian mate who's in school and he's the only one who goes in goal and he has no touch, but there's that one time where he'll dead the ball, stop into the concrete. Oh, yeah, brilliant. Henderson with a chance! Oh my goodness gracious me. That looked like it was going in from the moment his boot said lift off. Outside of the foot, that would have been an unbelievable goal. Great awareness from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Just not enough fizz, like not enough thingy. But here's Salah, speaking of fizz. He's got a little bit of luck. Great defending in the end there from Marty, I believe it was. And this game has started to get really intense. Liverpool increasing the amount of scoring chances that they're receiving, which is exactly what I want to see, regardless if we're 2-1 up or not. We need to make this 3-1. We need to dead this game. Nearly a little bit of luck, but again, defender done really well in the end there for Leicester. Núñez touch hurts my soul. Oh yeah, so the point I was making about the long balls, it's like not only are we trying 10 to 15 long balls in a game, and not only are 3 of those paying off, therefore you're losing the ball 12 times. But when the long pass is completed, you've then got the hard task of Núñez having to touch down the ball. Or if he's running through on goal and he receives the ball just past the halfway line, you're then relying on the chance of him having to control the ball until he gets to the goal, to the point where he can set himself up for a nice finish. And then when he gets to the finish, he needs to be literally in perfect position to get the finish how he wants, where he wants, because he's not good under pressure. Did any of that make sense, chat? Yes or no? Let me know. And that's why I think the long balls are the problem. Sometimes I struggle to articulate why these things are the problem, because I'm just not a professional at this stuff. That being said, I've got better at it, and that's probably the best way I can explain it in this moment. But again, speaking of end-to-end, Leicester are now on the attack. It's fell through, and Van Dijk gets it away. Get up the pitch, get up the pitch, get up the pitch. Make sure you're staying on your man, boys. Make sure you're staying on your man. Yes, yes, yes. Thankfully, people are understanding what I've said there as well about Núñez. For sure. I think that's why the long balls are a problem. Guillermo says, we need to kill the game. Thank fuck for that good defender. No, we are. We've got, speaking of kill the game. Oh, nice little Megs through NDD's legs. Let's see what goes down. What goes down in Liverpool town. Oh, and it's a through ball to Salah. It's a through ball to Salah. No, Salah. No. For those who aren't watching the game, Mohamed Salah has just missed the biggest of one-on-ones that you could possibly ever see in your life. And you know the same rating that I was giving him before of a 5 has now been demoted to a 3. Because that, for a Salah standard, is very poor. Very, very poor. And again, we still haven't scored through our own hard work and doing. And that football that we were playing there was brilliant. Leicester City opens up a little bit because they're desperate for a goal. And yet again, once again, this is where you can't blame Jurgen Klopp. The attack don't do the job for the manager. The manager's tactics are getting these attackers the chances. The manager's tactics is getting Salah the chances. The manager's tactics is getting Núñez the chances. It's these chances that the players aren't putting away. Therefore, how much can you really blame the manager, and then how much do you blame the players? Because the blame doesn't get equally shared nowadays. It's always down to the manager. Same with Leicester City. Brendan Rodgers tacked. Oh no, they're going to score. They're going to score. Brilliant save, Alisson. Come on! And now sort your shit out, Liverpool. The point that I was going to make there is that Brendan Rodgers has won this game tactically, but the scoreline doesn't say that, which doesn't always suggest you doing your job. But we're on the attack again. What a fucking game. Oh my goodness, here's Núñez. He's got a little bit of time. But again, just took too much time at that point, to be honest. Again, let the pressure get to him a little bit. But again, how much can you blame the manager when Núñez missed X amount of chances against Man City? Thankfully, we put the chances away against Aston Villa. And then again, especially through open play, when are we getting chances? Here's Trent. Beautiful header. Oh, well done. Núñez actually done well to get a nice little twerk on that header there, don't get me wrong. Probably his best chance in terms of execution all game. This game has been crazy, by the way. What a game. 2 own goal. It has a little bit of everything. Leicester go in the lead. 2 own goals, like one-on-ones being missed. Salah gives your pay your eyes back. Oh, and again, we've got a chance, though. Again, I want to commentate. I want to react to your comments, but I can't because there's so much happening in the game right now that it'd be very poor of me to not commentate on it all. Oh, again, now it's just long balls versus long balls. It's genuinely a tennis match. That's the vibe I've got from the beginning of the game. Both teams are just like, right, our defence goes up, your defence goes up, long balls, and I hope for the best. What a bloody game. What a bloody game. I love Núñez. He has no quit in him. I bloody love him. You are definitely correct, mate. The players need to finish their chances. Hey, guess what, Rash lad? That worked, but I'm not going to read it out because I don't want you to get the satisfaction of beating me to it. So I'm not going to... Oh, nah, I'm messing. Fun fact. You will read anything that says fun fact. Shout out to Esther, by the way. Appreciate you tuning in. Can George... We're on the attack again. Sorry, George. Wait there, mate. Here we go. Robertson now out wide. He's going to retrieve the ball into the box. Kind of forced. Salah, he wins the ball back. It falls out to Henderson. By the way, approaching... Oh, yeah. Robertson with a ball from Thiago. Good defender from Leicester. Approaching the 60th minute. Probably wouldn't mind a change sometime soon. Not going to lie to you, chat. Núñez will be fine. He has that Scouse spirit inside of him. Well, he has the Uruguayan spirit. Not the Scouse spirit because he's not a Scouser. But I get what you're saying. Again, a great ball in there from Leicester, but just very missed time header from Castagna. Remember Castagna a couple of seasons ago, absolutely balling for Leicester. I remember thinking, like, I wouldn't mind him as a backup at Liverpool, you know. He'd be alright as a backup at Liverpool. Just turns into this game. What's going on here then? So the brief summary of the way the game's gone so far, end to end. Just imagine a tennis match, but on a much bigger field, and you could only use your feet. They scored a goal in the first 5 minutes. Henderson has played really, really bad, and their centre-back has scored 2 own goals. He's done a Jamie Carragher, so that's pretty much the summary so far. Salah's also missed 2 big chances. And although heartbreaking, also heart-racing, because this game's boss, it's actually like being really intense. I can understand why a neutral would be like on the edge of their seats right now, like, shit. As a Leeds fan, Darwin Núñez, oh shit. As a Leeds fan, Darwin Núñez is the Uruguayan Patrick Bamford. Got the possession, but no finish. I actually disagree. I think Bamford is somebody who is less volume and more creative. And then Núñez is the opposite. He's less creative and more volume. I actually think they're so dissimilar. But the comparison of are they good enough for their respective teams is a question that I suppose is still open for Núñez and probably now closed for Bamford, because he's had good moments for Leeds, but I just think he's cost Leeds more than he's benefited them. So I think they should get rid of him. Only Bamford too much, to be honest. And actually, he's one of the strikers that I think Núñez is better than. Everyone knows I've got a problem, you know, with Núñez as a player. But he's definitely better than Bamford, no doubt. Thiago bossing this game. Now just need to see Núñez hit the back of the net without help from FaZe. Exactly. I mean, Núñez could have an assist and whatever have you with the Salah chance, but he needs to take his own chances. He's came here to score goals, and he's not doing that. He never came here to run around and do a Timo Werner. He came here to score goals, and all I'm seeing right now is a Timo Werner. But you know what I do want to see? As we approach to 1 minute until the 60th minute. Bring on fucking Ben Doak. Bring on Doak, blood. Just bring something different into the game. Bring a new lease of energy. Please. Please. Thoughts on the controversial Harvey Elliott? What controversy? Was the controversy with Harvey Elliott? I'm not too sure. I read somewhere the other day that Klopp compares Núñez to Lewandowski. Spelling is crap, but you probably know what I'm on about. Yeah, I do know what you're on about. Spelling was more than fine. I think he was comparing him to the fact that the goal, like, Núñez has got more goals at this point than Lewandowski did when he started at Dortmund. Apparently, Lewandowski was a little bit more erratic, but I can't get the point of what Klopp was trying to say. He's not trying... Oh my God, Trent just nutmegs them. But the pass was terrible. The bit that he doesn't usually get right, he got perfect. And the bit that he always gets right, he got wrong. That would have been amazing from Trent. Wow. I think Trent's had a good game. Not a great game, not a world-class game, not peak Trent Alexander-Arnold, but a good game of football. Not too bad. Ball out wide. Ball in. Oh, shit. Leicester, again, with another big chance, but Dewsbury Hall couldn't put it away this time. We need to sort our shit out, mate, because then, again, this is not going well. Guys, smash a like if you haven't already. Liverpool aren't playing too great at the moment. Me no lie, me no cry. Me no lie, me no cry. I will be crying if we do lose the game, though. I would like to see Ben Doak as well. Yeah, I'd like to see Ben Doak. You should do a stream with Ruby. I'll have to get Ruby on the channel. Oh yeah, speaking of changes, here's the usual 60-minute change that Klopp likes to make. Shimikas and Naby Keita being the 2 players that come on. Hopefully Robertson's going to come off, obviously. Hopefully Henderson's the midfielder that goes off. I'm intrigued to see if it is Henderson. Because Thiago's played great. If we want to win this game, we need to leave Thiago on the pitch. Shimikas going to come on. Robbo's going to go off. Hopefully the injury isn't too serious. He looks sound. And let's see who comes off for Naby Keita, because Oxlade, understandable. Oxlade's not the person that you really give 90 minutes. When did Oxlade last complete 90 minutes? Has he ever completed 90 minutes? I mean that. Sincerely, I'm not even trying to take the piss. I can't remember the time, like, where Oxlade has completed 90 minutes for us. I proper can't remember it, mate. Can't remember it, bro. Can't remember it, bro. You feel me, bro? You know what I mean, bro? Only 38 likes until 200. Come on, we can do that. We can do that. Thiago's been our best player. I wholeheartedly agree. Wholeheartedly agree. Ox is not a happy man these days. I think he just knows that his best days are behind him. He knows that he could have done more today. I think in the first half he'd done bits. Second half he was a little bit off the pace. Just shows that he's not a man for 90 minutes. He's not a man to compete in this level, and that's not a bad thing. He can still do a job for Rangers if he goes to Rangers. I think that'd be a great move. The Scottish League or something. Stat pads a couple of Scottish League titles. I think that'd be great for Oxlade. Chat, what do you think's next for Oxlade-Chamberlain? Scottish League or whatever. I don't think you'd ever see Oxlade-Chamberlain go to another club and do a Jesse Lingard at West Ham. I don't think you'd ever see that. I think now, like, you seeing Oxlade playing week in, week out for a team and do well is done. Not that I want to think that, just based on how previous times has gone for similar players. I think it's a shout. Ronaldo to Al Nassr confirmed. Wow. Surprise, surprise. Should have probably went there about a year ago, to be honest. I'm surprised United ever bought him. But I suppose he had an okay first season. But I think he hindered the overall team. Oh, brilliant, Thiago, yet again. Thiago's been the ball winner, the ball passer. He's been the conductor of this performance. He's been absolutely sensational. One of the best performances I've seen from Thiago in a while. Nunes is doing well. He's trying to go down and claim a foul, but the referee isn't going to fucking give it because I'm winning a foul, Nunes. I was winning a foul. Are the fans like cheering when FaZe is on the ball? Ox can play in the MLS. In fact, you know what? I think that'd be perfect for him. Because it's less football in the MLS. He can get a big move, get a nice little payday. I think that could be good. Alisson is a lightning bolt off that line, isn't he? He is a lightning bolt. Do you think you could experiment with Trent in midfield rather than right back? I don't know. Because if you play Trent in midfield, you've then got to play Gomez at right back. But I don't know. I suppose if Calvin Ramsey ends up being good, I think Trent's just that good of a footballer that you've got to play him in the team somewhere. Not to mention Conor Bradley, who's out on loan at Bolton at the moment, has got 6 goals this season. And he's another right back that we've got, only 18 years of age. Ramsey just signed from Aberdeen. We've got some really, really good options. So I wouldn't hate the idea of Trent being moved into midfield, but it's just not going to happen because it's not even like Klopp has ever done it once. If Klopp had done it once or twice or 3 times in his managerial career at Liverpool, I'd be like, maybe there's a chance that when Trent's a little bit older, he goes to midfield. It's never happened once. Think about all the injuries that we've had in midfield, the injury crisis this season in midfield, the poor performances that Trent has put in defensively this season, and yet we're still not seeing him in midfield. Now, rightly or wrongly, there's a reason for that. That's what we don't know. But here's Nunes. He's got a great chance. Here's a great chance! And he skies it over the bar. Now, I'm actually not going to shit on Nunes for that one because that was a harder chance. But you know when you miss the easy chances and then you get a hard chance like that, it's ideal that you'd at least take the hard chances. I remember Sally was quite known for that. You know, he'd miss a lot of the easy ones. He'd score the difficult ones. That was one of those examples. Plus, Nunes was actually onside, so that was perfect. Perfectly timed pass from Salah. At least he looked onside from the first angle that I saw. Got a bad feeling Vardy will score. Do you know what? It's just that type of game, isn't it? Liverpool get a little bit of luck. And then Jamie Vardy, who's got, 10 goals against Liverpool? Or something ridiculous like that. I think the only team he scored more against is Arsenal. So I do think that's a great shout. I think that's a great shout. This game is really highlighting how much we need a class midfielder. ASAP. Facts. Facts. Guys, have you heard about Enzo Fernandez going to Chelsea as well? Shite, man. Shite. But I mean, I suppose that does mean that it's one less club to worry about getting Bellingham. And it also means that we're still in for Bellingham, because I guarantee you now, chat, if we got Enzo Fernandez, we were never going to see Jude Bellingham in the Liverpool shirt. I said this to everyone, so I was like, if you do want Bellingham, you don't want Enzo Fernandez, because them two don't come together, I'm sorry. It's like wanting a PS5 and an Xbox One when you live in a council house and you've got a single man. It's like, mate, that's not sustainable. Choose one or the other, please. Is Toby just taking the piss now? If you throw enough shit, some of it sticks. That's why I like Nunes so many chances. Toby, fucking hell, like, you've been wanking over Nunes this whole stream, and he's missing chances like that, and that's where you're talking about you love Nunes. Me and you definitely share a visually different perspective on football, my friend, that's for sure. But, fair play. I'm so surprised that every single time Nunes has done something actually bad in this game, you've just gone, I love Nunes, I love it. That's madness to me. Unless you're joking and you're taking the piss, then that makes sense. Oh, Danny Ward nearly getting outdone by Salah there. Leicester City are getting a little bit lackadaisical, so the only way they score, in my opinion, is off a moment of brilliance by Vardy, or a mistake from our defensive line or midfield, which is very possible. Very possible indeed. I would love Bellingham, but too much speculation about him going to Real. I know, when Real start calling, it's just like, oh, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. James, can you play footy, lad? It depends how you define footy. I weren't too bad when I was younger. Played for a couple of teams. Was alright. But yeah, nothing special, mate. You know what I mean? Just a decent player. I loved playing it. I played it all the time, every day for the best part of 18 years. Don't play it as much as I'd like to now. But yeah, I love football. I love football. I've always been, even like the same with it. The only thing that I do that I also enjoy watching is fighting. I've always done boxing, so I don't mind myself a little bit of boxing or combat sports, MMA, that type of stuff I'm down for. Football, playing football isn't as intriguing as watching football for me. It's weird, like, I know that's dead strange, but if I'm not on the ball, I'm not having a great time. Whereas watching football, I appreciate the defensive aspect, the midfield aspect, the pressing aspect, the passing aspect, like just the running behind, the technical ability on the ball. Every element of a game of football. Tactically, I just like to analyse. I'm an analyser. I am an encyclopedia of wanting knowledge. That's what I am. A very small encyclopedia of knowledge at the moment, but I always look to acquire more. And football's just boss, mate. It's so satisfying to watch the ball move over the green pitch. There's many reasons. This the same way like it's satisfying to watch Leon Edwards knock out Kamara Usman. You get what I mean? It's like, technically, that's just very satisfying. Real Madrid can think what they want. I just don't think Jude is going to pick them. I don't think they'll pick them either. To be honest, Jude Bellingham's family said he wanted Liverpool. I think there's a great chance that Liverpool do get Bellingham. I really do. I really do. Especially if Enzo Fernandez does end up going to Chelsea. Plus, Real Madrid don't even know if they can get Bellingham yet. Bellingham doesn't know where he's going yet, but it's always a good start when his family says he likes the place. But still, no guarantee that he's going to join us. Either way, we've got 20 minutes remaining. We've got a set piece right now. Shimikas and Trent standing over the ball. I think Shimmy will take it, which he does. Good ball in. I think Shimikas has got some of the best set pieces in the squad. I really do. It's always so precise. Whether someone gets on the end of it is a different question, but where he puts the ball into, the areas that he gets it into is perfect. James the baddie. Can't do jiu-jitsu for shit, mate. Well, especially in comparison to someone like Paddy, jiu-jitsu would not go well for me. Would not go well for me. I just mean what, you miss a chance, the goal gets smaller, and he seems to not care. He doesn't shy away, that's all. Yeah, I suppose. I just, all I was saying was like, oh, I love Nunes because he's missing chances. That's why I was confused. But if you like the personality trait of him being repetitive, I suppose, fair enough. But yeah, Nunes is missing too many chances for me to be a fan. Because the real elite strikers, the same Erling Haalands, the same Robert Lewandowski's, they only need 2 chances. I'm not saying... Oh, Salah just nearly scored. I'm not saying that Núñez needs to score as many as Haaland or Lewandowski. I'm just saying that it'd be nice if he was more accurate. That's all. Didn't score against Villa. Didn't score in the City game. Hasn't scored today. Could still do so. Just needs to be more accurate. Because you've got to bear in mind as well as that Haaland and Lewandowski aren't receiving as many chances as Núñez has. He's received the most chances in the league. And if that's not true, that's not a factual stat, by the way, but if that's not true, I'd be very surprised. Salah can't use his right foot. That's one thing that's always been terrible about Salah. He doesn't know how to use the right foot. His body just doesn't do well with it. Do you remember that goal that he scored against Everton off his right foot, though? When he dribbled inside, who was the player? Mariappa or something? The right back for Everton. Got absolutely done in. What do you think about Ronaldo's new team? Honestly, like, Ronaldo's at that point in his career where you won't see me follow it no more. I don't care. He's done great. He's left his mark on European football. But the move to Al Nassr is just, honestly, couldn't care less. Like, genuinely could not give two shiny shites. But well done to him. Big move. Big move. It's weird to see how he's going to do over there and how he wants to do, but yeah. I get you completely, but I really think repetition trains your mind. I think he will get there eventually. Yeah, the news is just broke on Sky Sports as well. Ronaldo signs for Al Nassr. Very interesting indeed. The goal against Watford as well, that was a brilliant goal. You're damn right. In fact, the goal against City as well. The goal against City he scored off his right foot. Do you know what? For someone who's got such a shit right foot, and I do agree, I do think it's bad, he scored some great goals off the right foot. You're on that. If you're going to have a shit right... If I had a shit left foot but scored those goals, I'd be like, what are you saying? My left foot shit. Oh! I used to have a really shit left foot, though, in football, so I do get where Salah's coming from there. Sometimes, lad, it just doesn't work out. Your bone structure in the other foot just isn't the same. The muscles aren't the same. The way you connect with the ball just isn't the same. I feel sorry for Mo. I feel like that's something that he can't really control either. I think after a certain age, your weak foot can only get so much better. Same with like your first touch and that. Your first touch only gets so much better after a certain age. Give me one player who's got a way better first touch now than when they start a football. Name me one. Oh, mate. That is beautiful. Also, name me a player. People say, like, skills can be developed. Also, name me a player who had no flair and ends up being dead flary. Just let me know, and we can have conversation. If Núñez scores the winner, it's a £20 super chat, says Red Chili. I'm not sure if I have to update my details, but either way, it'll be worth a 20. Red Chili, you're a legend. Even if you don't do it after he scores, I'd just take the Núñez goal. But I appreciate that you're thinking about sending the channel. 20 squids. Every ounce of support is appreciated. Big up to Red Chili. I'm sure, I don't know what you're paying on. I don't know if you're doing it on your laptop or your phone. I don't know if you've got Apple Pay. I don't know if that's your thing, Red Chili. But yeah, multiple different ways you can do it. Only do it if it's not an inconvenience. I feel like Alisson should have really been left for that, and Matip shouldn't have kicked it out for a corner. But Leicester have a corner. Again, the only reason why we're winning this game is because Leicester City is shit. I said it at the start of the game. Their quality is so poor that not only can their players not take chances unless their player literally gets a free run on goal, but they've also got centre-backs scoring own goals for us. The only reason why Leicester have done semi-decent today is because of the tactics. Brendan Rodgers set them out perfectly. And the way Brendan Rodgers set them out, they'd still be 1-0 up. Because Núñez has took no more chances. Salah's took no more chances. And I actually think Salah has more of the blame today than Núñez. I'm not going to even speak about Núñez in my post-match reaction. He missed chances, so probably will. But Salah's the one I'll be talking about today because he deserves to be getting the critics. The one who I'm going to talk about on a positive note is Thiago. Thiago's been unbelievable. The Spanish sexy maestro, mate. I love Thiago. He's a beautiful, beautiful man. Off your phone. Yeah, Red Chili, if you have iPhone, I don't know if you have Apple Pay set up on your iPhone, but you can do it on that. But yeah, just do it again if it's no inconvenience and you want to. Obviously, if Nunes scores, that's what the original premise was, wasn't it? Sorry, guys. I love it. I love a chocolate cake. And sometimes I make a funny noise when I eat it sometimes. Proper weird noise, yeah, but it just satisfies me. I have a feeling that Gakpo will thrive under Klopp. What do you think, James? I agree. I think he's a proper Klopp player. A lot of people were comparing him to Ryan Babel. I think he's better than Ryan Babel. Ooh, Nunes! Oh, you fucker. Right. Nope, just trying to find the will to live and I can't fucking find it. Chat. I can't be fucked. Chat. I cannot be fucked. Do you hear what I'm saying, chat? Like, Chat. I'm sorry. Like, so do you know all this shit? So yeah, wait there, actually. Where's the fella who's been saying I love Nunes? Where is he? Where is he? What is it now? Oh, he's so repetitive. Oh, his repetition is sexy. You have got to be taking the piss. I no longer identify as somebody who accepts that thought or knowledge or perspective. And if you do share any of those things, you, my friend, are crazy. You are crazy. You are high on crack, cocaine substances if you think that this man Nunes should be praised for shit like that. That's all I'm saying. Set piece. Oh, it went nowhere. Oh, but Naby Keita. Fucking hell, Naby Keita. No time on the ball whatsoever. Ball back in. Back post. Fuck, too deep. Falls out to Naby Keita. Now we're into Harvey. Fuck. It's okay. It's okay, Toby. It's okay, Toby. But chat, do you know in future? Hey, chat, do you know in future when I make a video about Nunes? And you're saying, no, James. Why are you talking about Nunes? Wait there. Oh, and they're going to score! Fuck! They done the Nunes! They done the Nunes as well! They done the Nunes as well! They missed a big chance as well. Thank fuck for that. Thank goodness gracious. We deserve to lose this game. I don't know, like, how... Like, Brendan Rodgers has out-tactics... I'm Scouse. I can't say certain words. Either way, you know what I'm trying to say. We've been tactically beaten. We should be winning the game in any way, shape, or form at all. We have been absolutely abysmally terrible. Pardon me. I had a better execution on that burp than Nunes has had on any of his shots this game. I'm sorry. Oh, for fuck's sake. And I keep knocking the camera as well. Sorry, guys. Frustration. Jiggly legs. Oh, now it's Nunes. What's he going to do? Hit it right at the fucking defender is what he's going to do. And I keep... This camera's not doing me any favours right now. I do apologise, guys. Oh, shit. And again, where does it go? Fucking nowhere. Because fucking no one's scoring, mate. No one's scoring. I can't believe how much I've just struggled with that camera. That never usually takes that long. Sorry about that. Here we go. Great tackle. Great tackle. Great fucking tackle. Great tackle, Trent. Beautiful. And again, Trent. Yes. Trent's getting a 7. Based on the performance so far, Trent's getting a 7. And it's Nunes! Nunes! He's waiting! You've got to... And Salah misses the chance. I hate this narrative. Oh, Nunes is getting loads and loads of chances. He's going to be just fine. I'm sorry, chat. It's only because what I'm seeing right now is a football club that I dearly love and I've actually saw finally, after all the years of heartbreak and despair, and actually comparing our players to Everton players in high school, we got to a point where we were winning Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues, and then we all accepted mediocrity when we say things like, oh, Nunes is a chaos creator. He finds space. The same shit that Timo Werner was not accepted for. And I just see everyone as like, oh, look how beautiful all these chances that Nunes is creating. Oh my God, look at the goals that Nunes has got in for Liverpool. He's got more goals than Luis Suarez. But at least Luis Suarez had the first touch, you fucks. This is ridiculous. And it's just seeing a baby of mine, the baby in this case being Liverpool, or let's just say a way of life of mine, being diminished by my very own. By my very own, chat. My very own people are accepting mediocrity. We've lowered the standards. No. And this is what I mean. This is what I mean from fucks like Wendisa. Wendisa, thank you for tuning in. Wendisa, I really appreciate the time that you have spent and allocated to my stream, Wendisa. But I am so apologetic when I get upset based on a player who I always said weren't that good and has proven to be not that good. In fact, worse when it comes to the finishing side of things. What's the point in him getting all these chances if he's not going to score them? And maybe we all just need to use a little thing that God gave us called common sense and use this very same sentence that my man Milenko has just written. Nunes maybe just isn't quality. Hurry up, Gakpo. Hurry up, Gakpo. I know that you've got goals this season, my son. Also, guys, Harvey Elliott is hurt. I mean, the rant that I've just had about Nunes is just overtaken the whole thing. But are you now starting to see my frustration with Nunes? Are you now starting to see why I've got a problem with Nunes? Guys, this is why we're shit. If Nunes can't score while we're shit, how is he going to be too much of a use for us when we're really, really good? Because the same great chances are being created that would be made if we was playing really good. He's still getting enough. What? Just give him 2 or 3 more. And then you score him 1 out of 7 chances when you can get someone else who can maybe score 2 or 3 of those chances. Joe Gomez is coming on for Trent. Harvey Elliott's a little bit unpredictable. I hope he's okay. But yeah, I am fuming. Because we're just going to go back to a top 4 club if we accept it. If we accept shit like this. Oh, there we go again. Nunes could turn good, but we can't rely on him alone. We need more quality reinforcements. Okay, maybe that's true. And I think the latter part of that saved the comment at the start. By the way, Bajektic is coming on for Harvey. But come good for what? Like, come good for us winning league titles? No. You're telling me... You're telling me Torres couldn't win us a league title. Michael Owen couldn't win us a league title. Robbie Fowler couldn't win us a league title. Luis Suarez couldn't win us a league title. I think I already said Torres. Daniel Sturridge couldn't win us a league title. Here's Nunes again. Can he prove me wrong? Can he shut me up? Oh, it was Shimakass. It weren't even Nunes. It weren't even Nunes. It was Shimakass. Never mind, chat. False alert. It was Nunes. Sorry, it was Shimakass, not Nunes. Negativity is an illness, and honesty is a very much a gift, my friends. Negativity might be an illness, but honesty is very, very much a gift. And you know what else is an illness? Delusion. And that seems to be what you have. And what a ball by Shimmercast. Negativity is an illness, bruv. Well, honesty is a gift, bruv. And it's honesty that will win you trophies, not positiveness, which was something that I was accused of being for so long when I was saying Mane was the best player in the world, Salah was the best right winger in the world, Fabinho was the best DM in the world. Because at the time I genuinely believed those things. I think that version of those players was better than any other version of the players that was playing that year. I do. I believe that, and I hold that to this day. And when I see Núñez missing one-on, passing the ball in absolutely fucking nowhere, you're telling me I should just accept this shit? Only takes him, like, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, though, chat? Like, only takes him 10 chances to score. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Not that many. Ha 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 ha. Acting like that, they come like friggin' one piece. Come on, chat. Fuck you, know. Suarez shouldn't be mentioned in the same hemisphere as Darwin Núñez. In fact, vice versa. Núñez shouldn't be mentioned in the same hemisphere as Luis Suarez. Besides the fact that they played together when Suarez was 35 and finished, and Núñez is what he is. And chat, we're going to continue to have this debate till the day do us dawn, until you fucking agree with me. Have that. Keep that same energy, Liverpool fans, when he hits form in January. For fuck's sake, let him settle. Okay. Well, January is currently 2 days away. And he's still missing chances. But he doesn't even know English. I don't know how being able to say hello and goodbye opposed to hola and adios is going to help him score one-on-one chances. Does that make sense? Because have you heard that excuse a lot as well? Oh, but he's learning the language. Oh, but he's causing chaos. So he's causing chaos, but you don't like Timo Werner, or you were happy that you didn't end up getting Timo Werner. The same Timo Werner who won a Champions League for Chelsea. Okay, so Núñez is better than Werner. Werner scored same amount of goals in the Bundesliga as Núñez did in the Portuguese League and won a Champions League. But it's okay if Núñez causes chaos, but not Werner. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay. That's okay. That's fine. I completely understand that logic. Núñez is useful. Okay, useful is one thing. But being this all-given, comparing to Haaland and Lewandowski striker that everyone seems to think he's going to end up being, he's not that. Is Núñez useful to come off the bench and provide you some options? Yes. Is he the man to start for Liverpool and win you Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues? No. No way. And you're all being dead generous. All of you are being dead generous. He creates a lot of chances, but it takes him 15 chances to score. We like chaos, but we don't want Timo Werner. I think your arguments against Núñez are fair. You're not saying he's absolutely talentless. Just that there are things about his game that might never improve, upgrade to a top level. Exactly. Is Núñez going to be good for Spurs, who have the low expectations of finishing top 4? Yes, because those 9 or 20 tap-ins out of the 100 to 200 chances he receives are going to be very, very good for Spurs. Because those 10 to 20 tap-ins or 10 to 20 goals, I won't be too far in the way I word this, will be very useful to accumulate enough points for the team who's competing for top 4. I am only holding Liverpool to the standards that I am sure you would want to hold Liverpool to, the same standards for a striker who's starting up front for 85 million, which is hopefully to win the league and the Champions League. I'm saying Núñez isn't good enough for that. And nowhere near good enough for that. Top 4, maybe. Yeah. If he can do it for Benfica, he can do it for Spurs. Oh, when a player's down, it's Henderson who's down, actually. Alisson's just had to punch it away. The flag's now up. Thankfully, we got away with that. It seems, touch wood, 2 minutes remaining, that the game's going to see out in our favour. But we need to see. Heel Redmond, keep it up until those fools open their eyes. Hey, listen, mate, the game is the game on YouTube. And unfortunately, you've got to show different sides. The same way that when you have a discussion in any meaning of life, the conversations that you have with your mother are going to be different to the conversations that you have with your friends. The conversations that you have with your friends are going to be the very different conversations to what you have in the business room. So the conversations I have about Mohamed Salah when he's playing really well are going to be very different to the conversations I have about Mohamed Salah when he's playing shit. The only difference is, though, chat, I am having the same conversations now about Núñez as I did before we even put in a bid for Núñez. By the way, Trent got given player of the match. I think it probably should have been given to Thiago. I wish they'd just go back to saying man of the match. I mean, like Trent, he's a man, you know what I mean, lad? Like, when you look at this thing, it says male, he's a man, just say man of the match, for fuck's sake. Know what I mean? You can have a female of the match, a man of the match, and you're flying. Like player of the match. You know what I mean? So you don't think he will score 20 goals this season, chat, because he will, I know he will score 20 in all comps. Yeah, he might score 20 in all comps, but if he misses 50 chances along with that, that's the difference of you getting top 4 and a trophy. Therefore, you probably prefer, in hindsight, to have given those 50 chances that he missed to a Salah or a Gakpo or whoever. So just because he scores 20 goals doesn't mean... You know, it's like me saying to you, if I give you 100 penalties and you only score 20, not really that good when you consider that you missed 80. I don't know. So, yeah, I get the point that you're trying. Núñez has potential to be somewhat decent, I suppose. It's just funny seeing the energy for Timo Werner and Darwin Núñez when they're very, very, very similar players. Very, very, very similar players. It's so funny. So funny. And the difference between the likes of Darwin Núñez, Timo Werner, and another player I've compared them to, Jamie Vardy, is Jamie Vardy's clinical. He's explosive, and Núñez is all those same things besides clinical. Yeah, but the game is done. I hated the way we ended it on that, but it's because the chat all come at me saying I'm negative and I'm this and I'm that, and I'm honest. I'm honest with what I say. For fuck's sake, mate. But anyway, guys, FaZe gets men of the match, and I am now going to go because I've got to do an instant match reaction and all that other shit. So, guys, make sure you smash a like on your way out. Shout out to Darwin Núñez, the greatest football player of all time. And, yeah, Darwin Núñez is the greatest striker in the world. So anyone who says otherwise, you are wrong, and you should not be allowed to talk on a YouTube platform. Do you hear me? Thank you, and good night. Darwin Núñez, man of the match, then FaZe, then Thiago. That's my order. In that exact same order as well, by the way. Chat, much love to you and your mothers. And big kiss, big kiss, big kiss. Everyone who's arguing about Darwin Núñez, let's call it truce. Come on, it's kind of like a brothership where, you know, we'll argue about our shit, but we still love each other at the end of the day. I love every single one of yous, even if you're very thick when it comes to your football and knowledge. I love you guys, man. No, seriously, I do. I love every single one of you. Big up yourselves. There's going to be an instant match reaction. Shout out to the Reds for getting an almighty 3 points as well. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Peace, peace, peace.